Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode as it's the start of a new season, which means it's a transfer special. So if you're looking forward to it, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Also, apologies for no videos the past few days. Saturday was the last episode. I'm on annual leave as you watch this for the next week, which is very nice, but I've had to do some long days at work to get everything sort of sorted out before I go on annual leave. And when I've finished, I've just not been asked to do streams or videos. So a chill few days actually in the evenings for a change. Also, when I'm back from annual leave, it's not long until I go part-time at work. They've given me a provisional date of the 20th, so fingers crossed that actually comes through. And from the 20th onwards, I'll be part-time at work, and then I guess technically a part-time YouTuber, which is very exciting, but also very, very scary. So if you want to help me out with that one, make sure you download the One Football app, the sponsors of today's video. Of course, it is the best football app out there to keep up to date with all of the latest footballing news, scores, and updates from around the world. Recently, I have actually really enjoyed watching the Europa Conference League on there. The app has licenses for various different football leagues around the world, and one of them this season is the Europa Conference League. So I've been watching some of the games they've got on there, which is really good fun. So if you want to download the app and help the channel out, you can do so for absolutely free from the top line of the description. So let's talk about the situation here at Aberdeen. Things last season maybe looked like they ended on a downer. We got knocked out of the Champions League semi-final, and that's not good enough for us. We want to be winners. The plus side is, though, we're now better than France. Despite Marseille winning the Europa League and PSG getting to the final of the Champions League, collectively, Scottish clubs did better last season overall than the French teams did, which means that we finished the season on 76.6 coefficient points to France's 76.2 coefficient points, which means that this coming season, we will be in 5th place for the European coefficient rankings, which is great. What it means is that by the end of the season, we will still have only 3 Champions League places, but 2 teams, rather than 1, go straight through to the Europa League group stage, and only 1 team is in the Europa Conference League, the playoff round, as opposed to having 2 teams in that competition. Of course, these are affecting the upcoming season. It doesn't affect the results from this season. So the season we've got upcoming, we still have the 2 teams in the Europa Conference League and 1 team in the Europa League. So to avoid dropping straight back down behind France, we really need our Scottish clubs to have a fantastic season to 1, stay ahead of France, and 2, hopefully overtake Germany and Italy. Maybe in the Europa League and Europa Conference League, we don't stand much of a chance there in beating the German and Italian teams. But what we can do is pray that Celtic or Rangers just do really well in the group stage, and at least one of them comes up alongside us to get to hopefully like a semi-final of a Champions League. I mean, that would be mental. I think that's going to be the only way to maybe overturn Germany and Italy at this stage. I think Spain and England are too far ahead at this point. I think Germany and Italy are realistic to get ourselves into the top 3. So today, we need to not only strengthen our own team, maybe try and help Celtic and Rangers, but they're pretty decent on their own anyway. What we need to do is try and help Hibs, Motherwell and Kilmarnock, although I won't try and ram players down their throats. At some point, they will try and get one of our players on loan, and that's when we help them out. I would try and sell some of our players to them, but I think because our players are so used to playing at the level we play at, and they've got so much reputation because of that, they see Hibs, Motherwell, Kilmarnock as a big step down. But we could try something a little bit later on. To start things off today though, we have to deal with this, a £57 million bid for Sebastian Varela, which I think is a very good deal on paper from Sheffield United. We can negotiate it up to as much as 69 million. I don't think they'd accept that. The issue is, I just don't think we can let Varela go, because fundamentally, he should be one of the best strikers in the world. Look at the fundamentals here. Finishing 18, first touch 20, dribbling 15, very, very good. Passing's great as well, technique's good, off the ball great. He's very fast, very fit, very agile. He has the makings for everything. The bits that let him down, I reckon, right now, and you might laugh at this because they're still very high, but the 14 work rate, the 15 decisions, the 14 composure, I think they let him down just a little bit. It's why he doesn't score as many goals as Jan Cavalcanti. But he's only 22. Mentals are the last thing to develop on a player. So these will only ever get better. The physicals, maybe not so much better. Technicals, a little bit better. But the mentals will get a lot better, I think, still as he gets older. which is good for us. So although you look at the goal scoring record there and think, that's not that great, Tom, what's he on about? And the camera stopped working. What's that about, Tom? So although these goal returns look quite low, when you look overall, they are increasing every year. So first season overall, 15 goals. Second season overall, 36. The season we've just had, 37. So he's getting better and better. So although that is an awful lot of money, because that more than doubles our transfer pot. If we look at our finances, we've got £47 million to spend, which isn't a huge amount of money, really. If we accept this, we get an awful lot more money. Would they do like 63? No. They do more than that. They do 65. But only after 50 league appearances. Okay, I mean, they're offering a lot of money. I just don't think we're going to get anyone better than Varela. So I'm going to reject it, I think. There's also a big offer on the table for Aaron Fielding from Arsenal. 44 million. The thing is, he is one of the best right backs in the world, I reckon. He's not quite as good as de Klerk, but he's a great option to have. But more importantly, Scottish. We need him. We desperately need him, actually, for the homegrown status. And for that reason, I am rejecting a big bid from Arsenal. I got it there right in the end with my words. Reading also want Robin Westerland, but I'm not going to let him go because he is, one, a wonder kid, and two, someone we can send out on loan to clubs like Hibs and Kilmarnock and stuff like that. Hamilton want Tom McIntyre for the season, and to be honest, he actually probably could go, if I'm honest with you. Actually did play a fair few times for us the past couple of seasons in the rotation of the team, which actually is probably a good thing. We do need him there to rotate, so actually maybe we do say no for now. Obviously, Aaron Fielding not happy that I rejected Arsenal. Jan Cavalcanti, can you sort this one out? And he can, you love to see it. Let's start talking about where we can add some quality to our team then. For me, there's one position that I think we could really probably quite drastically improve on, and that is the Mazzala role. Sissoko has had his worst season so far. Now, he was disrupted by playing in the African Cup of... Was he African Cup of Nations, or I just made that up completely? I feel like he was missing for quite a bit this season, but he only got a 6.99 average rating across the league, and actually down here in all competitions, a 6.99 as well. So, not great, really. It's his worst season by a long shot. Now, the obvious replacement for him is Alavio, who played a lot more this season as a Mazzala, and as you can see, did brilliantly. But it was still a step down from a season before, although that season was an anomaly for him. It was incredible. The issue with Alavio is, although he's playing well, he just isn't a Mazzala. We know that already. He's a box-to-boxer or a ball winner, one of the two. He's not really a Mazzala. He somehow makes it work. I don't quite know how. Maybe the team and the players around him, that's what helps him out massively. But I think we could sign someone as a prime Mazzala who would take the team to the next level. Now, before I show you, it's a big regret. It's not a mistake, I don't think, but it is a regret. Now, last summer, we had the option to sign all of these players or just go for one single target. Now, all of these players are great. Bryce Delaney was a bright star last season. He's been phenomenal. Love him. He's fantastic and will develop to get even better and better. Stone St. John, he's going to be fantastic as well. He's coming through the team and technically could actually fill that Mazzala role. He fits the bill quite nicely, but I'd see him as more of the backup to Tam Lumpa right now. Evie Cafdi Fothera, he is the next big striker for us. Obviously, as you can see, nowhere near as good as Varela just yet, but he is 4.5 years younger than Varela, so we'll get there. Tigger Lumpa is superb. You saw, if you watched my video on corners, he got so many goals from corners this season. He was really good. And again, the future of the defence. I like him a lot. Brian Medina, again, a really solid signing there. Fantastic. And again, another sort of option we've got as that deep line playmaker. We've got two really good playmakers coming through. And then Jem Finley, we needed him because we needed a backup left midfielder. So look, just remember all that quality that we've got. We chose that quality instead of spending all the money on this guy who has subsequently gone to Barcelona and looks very good. He would literally be the perfect guy to bring in. You put him Mazzala on attack and he's got everything. Everything that you need. Maybe apart from the finishing and the long shots, but he's got everything. And it's really bloody annoying. But it was one or the other. We couldn't afford him and all those players at the same time. And we took the gamble. And I think it will pay off in the long run. but this guy really would be the answer to our problems. As I say, he's gone to Barcelona since then, which will push his price up just infinitely. He'll be so expensive, I don't think we're ever going to be able to afford this guy, if he ever actually wanted to leave Barcelona. So instead, we have two options ahead of us. One is a 28-year-old Sandri, who looks very, very good. And actually, if you watch my Twitch save with Vittoria, we actually are looking at this guy in the Vittoria save. We want to bring him in, albeit a much younger version of Sandri, as we're a lot further in the past. If you want to watch me on Twitch, by the way, I stream at the moment every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday or Sunday, depending on which day of the week it is I'm feeling better on, essentially. But if you want to follow me on Twitch, a link down in the description. Would love it to see you over there. Sandri looks good. And the best thing is, he is cheap because he's in Brazil, based in Brazil. The scouts come back and say 4.4 to 6 million. Job's done. You love to see it. However, he's 28, getting on a little bit, and probably not an awful lot better than Alavio or Sissoko. Instead, we could look to bring in Jordan Ferru, 21-year-old, apparently centre-back. But he's not a centre-back. He's 5'7", 66 kilos. He is not a centre-back, particularly with that 5 jumping reach. I mean, he's got the attributes for it, to be fair to him. He does look good, apart from the jumping reach and the 5'7". So I would not play him there. I would play him as the Mazzala on attack, because as you can see, he's got it all. Maybe the only thing lacking there is the finishing, long shots and finishing, although we've seen that with, what's he called? Alavio, couldn't think of his name then. He's not got very good long shots or finishing, yet he scores loads of goals. Dribbling maybe a little bit low, off the ball maybe a little bit low, but he's 21. He will get an awful lot better, and I think this guy is the man that we need to bring in. Although he wants to join us, they do not want to sell. They are not very keen on selling Jordan Ferru. So, if we go back to his profile, it does say he's wanted by Chelsea and Sheffield United. He wants to move to a bigger club. I think we go in there and we go to declare interest first and foremost as a top target. Let's just get it out there. Tell the world that he's our absolute #1 priority and can take us to the next level. Let's just get it out there. Annoyingly, there's no reaction from him on this, which is a bit annoying. I'm not quite sure about that. But he is French. Have we got any French players? I don't think we actually do have any French players, which is going to hold us back a little bit maybe. Have we got any French? I don't think we've got anyone in any squad, reserve team, squad. Anyone French there? No, lots of Scottish though. Under 18s, any French there? Nope. So we can't get anyone French to talk to him in the media and say, come and join us, lad. Although maybe we don't need someone French, actually. It might just be the captain, who's Jan Cavalcanti. Can he promote? Yeah, he can. He can promote the club to Jordan Ferru. Right, do that, Jan. That would be lovely. Jan has said, yes, I would love to talk to Ferru, and he's gone to do it. Take the logical progression by joining Aberdeen. Apparently, it's going to cost us £85 million. It won't cost us that much money. I'm not paying that sort of money. But of course, it does say here, sources close to Ferru suggest that he's very interested. So maybe we just wait a couple of days, put a bid in. Of course, what I always do forget is that the Scottish transfer window opens 3 weeks or so before the transfer window for the rest of Europe. And I think a lot of clubs aren't really fussed about selling players until that transfer window opens. Now, Chelsea want Demancic. Never happening. Not happening in a million years. He's going to get very cross about this, but it's not happening. Le Havre, they want to buy Alavio offers. If it was Sissoko, I'd be thinking about it. I think right now we keep... Until we sign someone, I think we keep hold of Alavio and Sissoko. But if one of them was going to leave, it would be Sissoko right now. Cavalcanti, please don't talk, or please tell Demancic not to talk to Chelsea, and he's now happy to stay at the club. Good. I've also got the entire Brazilian national team being scouted out right now, because you might have missed it on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already, link in the description. But if we just look at the national team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Aberdeen players are in the Brazilian national team, so I was tentatively scouting them out to see if there's anyone there who is cheap enough to maybe sign for us to then make it to 8, 9, 10, the whole Brazilian team. 23 men, please. Anyway, it's been a few days. Let's start making some bids for Jordan Ferru. Make the offer. Now, he's valued at 14. Apparently they wanted, what, 85? Let's just go in 30 million. And they come back with 138. Right. Okay. Work needs to be done here. What this means is that today's episode is going to be an absolute masterclass in how to reduce transfer fees. Failing that, we bid for Sandri instead, but hopefully we get our man. Kilmarnock want one of our players there. Now this is interesting. Kilmarnock want this guy, Lander Iturino, who we signed a few seasons ago because I thought was going to be amazing, on a free transfer. So it's not like we've risked anything. He's not very good, basically. But Kilmarnock want him as an important player, which means he'll be an important player in their Europa Conference League team, so we accept it. Let's let him go there. Back on to Jordan Farou, who I've realised, is it Farou? I'm not quite sure how you say his surname. Forey? Oh, I am saying it wrong, aren't I? I mean, I'm 25 minutes into recording, and I've already got it in my head as Farou. It's not Farou. Four. Maybe ignore the E, it's 4. Jordan 4. That's what we'll call him. Jordan 4 then, please. Let us go back in for him. Make an offer. And this time, rather than suggest, we'll make the offer. They reject it. And then he starts to kick off. And hopefully gets himself on the transfer list. So we'll go 20 million, make an offer. They should just flat out refuse that, right? He'll start to kick off. And Jan Cavalcanti now wants to go to Leeds. We can't get anyone else to talk to him about it. Oh, okay. Well, the finances weren't right on the deal because for you to leave the club, they need to spend 300 million. I mean, okay, if 300 million's too much, which he seems to think it is, how about I half it? I go 50%. Take 50% off to 150 million. That's very reasonable, Jan. Somehow that's still too much. I would take another 50% off, but it looks like that would be enough actually. So let's take another 50 million off. 100 million is what I'd have to sell you for, mate. 100 million. And apparently that's still too high. So he'll be cross with me all summer, but he'll get over it and we'll win the Champions League with him next season. Anyway, it appears the transfer offer for Jordan 4 has become public knowledge, which is fine. We kind of want it to be public knowledge. So he kicks off. I would also get a scout to watch him for a few games, but given that it is the transfer window right now, no one is going to be playing games. The scouts have just come back with this guy, Jordan Saravia, who could play as a Mazzala on attack. And does look alright at it actually as well. 23 years old, Brazilian, which is a very key component. Brazilian is very important. If we compare him with Jordan 4, who is not on this recent player list. If we compare the two of them, you can see that actually Sariva is better attacking-wise, vision-wise, technical-wise. But as an overall player, Jordan's a lot better. He's a lot more defensively minded because supposedly he's a centre-back. He's not. He's a midfielder. We don't really need all this defending, but it is quite nice to have as well. I'll give him that. If we compare the attributes needed to be a Mazzala on attack, we can see that when it comes to most of them, Jordan's better. But as expected, the bid for 4 has been rejected. If we now cancel the offer, I assume he'll kick off. Oh, here's something quite exciting as well. We are now the best team in Europe. According to the coefficient rankings, we are the best team in Europe, which is pretty mental, actually, looking at this. Wow, that's pretty special. I've not had that for a long time playing a series. Normally, because we normally finish things off when we win a Champions League. This time, we haven't. So this is the first time in a long time I've got a team to number 1 in club coefficient rankings, which is mental. And also, Celtic and Rangers are 20th and 21st, which is really impressive. Higher than all of the other French teams apart from PSG, who are second. Okay. And here we go, also rising up to 5th in the coefficient tables, overtaking France. So there we go, there's the updates to all of that, which is fantastic. Ituro set to go to Kilmarnock 2. Okay, things are shaping up nicely. They're going in the right direction. Not actually seeing anything though for Jordan 4. So maybe we make another bid again. Maybe we go, right, we say 35 and we add some instalments. Let's go 30. And we'll give you 30. Let's go 20. 20 now. And then we'll go 30 million down the line. 10 million a season for the next 3 years. Let's just make that bid. Now we're starting to get higher bids in there. Maybe they'll start to listen. And when I say listen, it means they'll still reject it. But I assume at some point, Jordan 4 will kick off, right? He will kick off and request transfer and stuff like that. That's my thinking of it. As Tam Lumper wants a new contract. I feel like he just got a new contract, Tam Lumper. He got a new contract in 2029. Yes, that's not long ago. Again, I can't delegate this to anyone else, annoyingly. So I've got to talk to him. We can't afford it right now. Fair enough, he says. He knows how much money we've got. We've got a lot of money spare. He knows that we can afford it. He just hates confrontation. And the bid for Jordan 4 has been rejected. Okay. This is a bit annoying, actually. I'll be honest with you. A little bit annoying. What happens if I now suggest terms? They are bringing it down. It was 138 last time. It still is 138, just spread over 2 different costs. We have to bring this down significantly. 30 million up front. 30 million in the future. And then we start to do the silly things. After, how do we go after, minimum league, after 50 league goals, we'll give you another 30 million. Lock that one in, suggest. And they've come back wanting more. This is not quite how it works, Lens. 35 and 35. Lens. Let's talk this, maybe. 35, 35, 30. So that is £100 million total. And they are not happy. 40. He's never going to score. He might score 50 goals, actually. Actually, that 50 goals is a bit of a worry. He could actually get there. I mean, hopefully by the point we do that or gets close to it, we might have finished the series. Because I think potentially 20 is realistic. Maybe. On the grounds that, where is he? Alavio. Alavio got 16 league goals the other season. 24 in all competitions playing as a Mazzala. So if we go worst case scenario, 20 goals a season for Jordan 4 from centre mid. That's 2.5 seasons. I think it'd be okay. I think it would be okay. I think we can go all in on that 50 league goal thing. Celtic want to loan Stone St John this season as an important player. I am inclined to say yes to it on the grounds that he won't play that much for us because he's a fringe player for us. But if Celtic want him to be an important player, he could play a big role in their Champions League squad. So we'll say yes to that. And while I'm thinking about players out on loan to help other teams in Europe, we need to probably get Fox Anderson out on loan. Either him or Evie Cathdy Fothera, if I'm saying that right. I always feel like I say it wrong. Southampton want Tigger McLumper. You cannot have him. Hamilton want Damien Wood. Where did Hamilton come? 9th. Okay, that's fine. You can go to Hamilton. Lens are now wanting to talk Jordan 4. I feel like I've upped this to 40. Did I up that to 40 million? I might have done. I'm going to say 50. And I'm going to bring this down. 35 is fine. If I bring that down, 35, 35 and 50. That seems reasonable. Suggest. They don't think it is. Oh, okay. 40 up front. 40 down the line. Suggest. They then want 16 million after 50 league appearances. No, get rid of that. You can have your 40%. We're not going to sell him. 45. Make the offer. I have just realised I am doing the exact opposite of what I said I was going to do for Jordan 4. I said I wasn't going to spend 138 million. And I'm not. But we're still going to be spending pretty close to 100 as it stands right now. What I need to do is walk away. Make them think I don't care. But I don't want Jordan to think that I don't care anymore. I don't want him to think that. As out of nowhere, bids for this guy called Sergio Federico. Anyone remember Sergio Federico? I signed him on a free transfer, apparently. I'll be honest, I don't remember him. He actually does look alright, but just not for our first team. He's wanted by a couple of clubs for absolute pennies. Yeah, go on then. No, actually, no. No, reject them all. Go to somewhere in Scotland. Transfer. I can't actually... Oh, because his contract has expired. He's just here at the club. And he's got no work permit and won't be able to get a work... Okay. Just go. Also, that has reminded me again, I did talk about trying to get one of our strikers out on loan, and then I never did it. I got distracted somehow. Probably distracted by Jordan 4 bid being accepted. So, the masterclass of me saying I'm going to get this down from 138 million. Technically, I've only got it down to 135 million. That's technically, though. In reality, it's 85. Apparently, it's going to cost us £85 million. It won't cost us that much money. I'm not paying that sort of money. Made up of what, 45 up front, 40 down the line. I'll be honest, I think I've done a great job here. I think I've done a great job. I'm sure some of you won't agree. I'm trying to make it look like I wanted this. I do want him, not for 85 million though, but I don't want him to now lose interest. This was not part of the plan. I meant to get him... I don't know what I was trying to do, if I'm honest with you. I think I've messed this all up hugely. Let's just double check first and foremost. Is he the best centre mid? The best centre mid we could bring in? I mean, actually, he's not coming down as a centre mid, is he? Because he's not a centre mid. But I mean, the Jordan Saravia guy, let's just compare the two of them again. I just want to really make sure that he's not on that list for some reason. Because we only want the best. We only want the best. And apart from finishing and first touch and long shots, Jordan 4 is better in every attribute that we need him to. And flair, but flair's not that important, is it? Okay, there's a couple. Flair, off the ball, finishing first touch, long shots. The more slightly attacking roles. Everything else, Jordan 4 is better. There's also technique as well. Okay, right. The technical side of things, maybe Sariva is better. Everything else, Jordan 4 is better. Apart from flair. If we compare Sariva with Alavio, you see Alavio looks better, actually. But then we compare 4 with Alavio and in every area. Every area, apart from Ariel, because he's tiny. 4. Okay. We are going to do a deal for 4. I didn't want it to be this much money, but it's going to be this much money. When in Rome, we've not got long left in this save. We may as well start to really throw some money around. Throw our weight around a little bit. Let's just suggest that promise. Finalise the deal. Negotiate the contract. Which is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's get rid of the 100% or £100,000 wage rise. Get rid of the yearly wage rise too. Keep the sell-on fee because we're not going to sell him. Because this sale will finish before we sell him, I'm sure, at some point. Unused substitute fee, go. 75 grand a week. Watch it go up massively. 94. Yeah, I thought that might happen. 80. 81. Oh, you actually agreed to 81. Okay. I feel like I've really jumped the gun. I expected that to be a saga which lasted a long time, and then I got dragged in. They dragged me in. Lens are clever. My plan was to hold off for a long time. I told you that was my plan. You know, make a bid, they reject it, we just wait, we be patient with it. As you may have found out, I am not particularly patient at all. And now his agent's trying to drum up interest from elsewhere. I mean, hopefully other clubs think, bloody hell, Aberdeen are paying that much money. Surely other clubs are not going to rival that. Surely. If anything, this is going to pave the way for Candace Sissoko to leave the team. Which is a bit of a shame, considering that we did buy him for £40 million. But it might be time to just gently offer him to clubs. There are tiny bids for Candace Sissoko. Let's reject them. There are some players with contracts coming to an expiry soon. The only one that I'm really interested in re-signing Now the reason Sissoko had such low bids is because it's his last year of contract. Okay, so really, we're not going to renew it, are we? We need to get Sissoko gone. Let's offer him out. Let's start at 30. We're not going to get 30 for him, but we'll just keep offering him out. Fox Anderson, we need a new contract with him, please. And then obviously, that's fine. That's a fine contract. I don't care too much. Gill, new contract for him would be good as a backup player. And again, that's a pretty fine contract. Brill. Fox Anderson 2, offer to clubs, finally on loan for the season. And then we'll also do the same for Evie Calf, just to see if there's any interest on this side as well. And by looks, there is, just not from Scottish clubs. Well, reject all of those. I think actually you can go back in, can't you? You can go back in. Transfer, offer to clubs, loan. How do you just sort of... maybe it's just on the transfer. Is it? Oh no, targets. All we want to do is all clubs from Scotland. That's all we need to do. Offer. Stone St John's going to Celtic, which is good. And Alavio now wants a new contract. And again, I can't delegate any of this. Well, like I told Tam Lumper, we can't afford it. And again, he's very happy with that. He doesn't mind that. Also, of course, no one wants Sissoko. Okay. We're going to have to be a lot more reasonable. 20 million. Surely there's going to be clubs interested at that sort of price point. Also, no one wants Fox Anderson. I guess maybe it's because he's injured right now for 3 to 5 months. I did not realise he broke his leg. I mean, that explains a lot, I guess. That's why no club wants him. Here we go. Clubs now want Sissoko for 20 million. All having to put 20 million on the table. Reject. Candace Sissoko, transfer, offer to clubs. This is now we start to bring it up, 22.5. Let's see who wants him for that. No one now wants Candace Sissoko for 22.5 million, which seems very bizarre. So maybe it just is 20 million. That's going to be the limit. 20 mil, which is not bad for a player with only 12 months left on his contract. Ooh. Who is this guy? Wow. I very much like the look of this guy. Jens Neve. Plays for Ghent. 18-year-old right winger who looks phenomenal. Wanted by Milan on transfer. Available for 37 million. Release fee clause. I mean, we trigger it. We trigger this, right? We might not have the money, but we're going to make it work somehow. Quickly compare him with Lassialian, who is right up there. Lassie's better, but not by much, and this guy's 18. 37 million it is then. Love it when the scouts just come out of the blue with these sorts of players sometimes. Now, obviously, we don't have 37 million. When we buy in 4, sell Sissoko, that's 22. And we certainly don't have enough to sort of redistribute wage bill either. So someone else has got to leave the club. That someone might end up being Antonio, who is wanted by clubs. Oh, Wuhan want him for transfer. Hearts want him on loan. Oh, this is where it gets a bit tricky. We offer him out for unspecified fees, right? Offer out. But where is he? Transfer, offer to clubs, loan. If Hearts want him, who are in Europe, I'd be tempted. And so loan offers have been made. Hearts want only just a squad player though. If he was going to be an important player in their team, I'd be all over it. I think we reject all of those. I mean, if Hearts did want him, I mean, obviously they're in Europe next season, but I don't think they're going to plan playing him as a main player. If he's going to be a main player, I'd let him go there. I'd have to find the money elsewhere. But given that they won't use him, but they might. This is the thing, right? Wuhan didn't make an offer. But if I transfer list him, offer for 15 million, offer to clubs, go. Good. This transfer deal has been accepted, which is great. Wants to play on the right, inverted winger. Well, we'll get rid of that. He wants to bring in a player to help him settle as well. We can't afford that, so no. Luckily, he accepts no promises anyway. Landmark bonuses are fine. Wage rise, get rid. Bring this down to like 50. He wants 60, 53. There we go. Okay, that's a good I didn't really do much on that, did I, at all? It felt like a good contract. Okay, Antonio is wanted. Bruges want him for 14 million. We offered 15. We said 50. 14's good. We'll give the ultimatum to Stuttgart as well on the 14 million. Jordan 4 is set to sign. He's the guy we wanted. We're spending an obscene amount of money on him, the young Frenchman. I think he'll win as a Champions League this season. I think he will win as a Champions League this season. But there's the record transfer fee, smashing it by £40 million. Can we not talk about this one too much, please? Can we not talk? Apparently we're being over ambitious, thinking we can win the league title this season. Jem Finley, I think you can leave the club. And then I literally just said I'm not going to settle for anything less. And now why do you not think we can win the league title? What is wrong with you? We had an unbeaten season last season, winning 37 out of 38 games. I don't want to do this. I've got to do it, haven't I? Is there not just a storm out? I'm raising my hands to pacify them. No, I want to throw a chair. Where's the throw the chair option? I respect you've got your own opinions, but my opinion is you're all pricks, as we're going to reach the later stage of the Champions League. We're also going to win the Scottish Cup, lads. Yeah, we can do that, can we? Can't win the league title, but we can win the Scottish Cup. Right. Leave me alone. I don't care about any of you. What I do care about, though, is selling Antonio and Sissoko. I'd like to see them gone, please. I am going to put £135 million on the thumbnail, because technically that's what the whole thing is for. We won't pay 135 million because he is not going to score 50 league goals. Not a chance. But if I put 135 million pounds on the thumbnail, then it does look, it's quite clickbaity, that, isn't it? Although it's not clickbait, because it literally is the truth. It literally is, although it's technically not quite, because he might score 50 league goals. You never know. Oh, well, this is nice, isn't it? We need the money, and all of a sudden, Fuentalba has been sold for £61 million from Roma to Juventus, and we get 30% of the profit, which is 9 million. Okay, well, that's a nice little surprise. Fuentalba, how did he get on at Roma? He got on very well. I can see why Juventus wanted him, and that's a big amount of money for a keeper. Fuentalba was always very, very good. We liked him a lot, but actually Peter is better than Fuentalba. If we compare the two of them, you can see, but they are actually very similar, but Peter is just a little better. So if anyone ever bids for Peter, we know we can get upwards of 61 million. If Fuentalba goes for 61, Peter goes for at least 75. Oh. Well, this is annoying. Jens has decided not to sign He accepted the contract at the time. Can we just go in and do it again? He won't want to do it though, will he? He'll just reject us as Leeds again. Want Cavalcanti, can't have him. And again, he's now not interested in talking to us. Does this mean that he's going to go to AC Milan? No, because AC Milan haven't bid. Okay, we just wait 2 weeks then. We wait 2 weeks, go back in for him and give him exactly what he wants, I guess. Because he is too good not to pass up on. Too good not to pass up on. Sandri coming to the end of his contract. Alavio is better. Okay. I was thinking maybe we could sell Alavio and bring Sandri in, but Alavio is better in every area, apart from vision, than Sandri. But I wouldn't say no to signing Sandri and a free contract, actually. I wouldn't mind that. Squad player. Get him in there. How much does he want? Suggest. Actually quite reasonable. Yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing Sandri in. Okay, Antonio also set to go, and a work permit coming through shortly for Sandri is very good. Madrid want de Klerk, you can't have him. He's not leaving the club at all, as they put in a terrible offer, never going to happen. So see you later, Antonio. That does take us up to just under £37 million. We wait until the 8th. I just tried again, actually, and he said no. I don't know why I tried again. Again, I'm impatient, right? I literally said we wait to the 8th, and I've already put in 2 more bids since then to see if he accepts. I'm just too impatient. And now it's the 8th, and we go to the news, and we say to him, it's been a week, lads, since you decided to turn us down. Have you decided that it's now time to accept us? No. Okay, well, we wait until the 15th then. That's 2 weeks. Anyway, 15th. It's here. Finish continuing, please, game. And let's get this contract sorted out with this 18-year-old kid who's got us an absolute tenterhooks right now. Where is he? Jens. Transfer. Make an offer. 37 million. Put it on the table. We'd love to have you at the club. This time... When? When's it going to be? It is literally been 2 weeks. I mean, that's usually the time, right? I thought it was like... Oh, goodness sake. One of our old boys, Jakov Suva, is also on the move. Not quite as big as the deal with Fuentalba. Parma sign him from Atalanta for 1.8 million. We get £27,000. Better than nothing. Right. We'll go to the 22nd because that'll be 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks since he rejected us. But if he doesn't accept us then, we are going to have to finish the episode there because it's getting late here. It's gone 10:30. People in my house are going to sleep and I can't keep shouting and talking to my computer screen because I don't want to keep them awake. Right, 22nd. The last chance to see this guy talk to us. Where is he? Jens. Transfer. Make an offer. Surely now he must realise he's got to sign for us as we reject more bids from Madrid for Cavalcanti. That was Juventus actually that time, with a pretty low bid for Cavalcanti. Although they did just spend a lot of money, didn't they, on Fuentalba. So I can guess and understand why we don't have much money left in the bank to pay for Cavalcanti right now. Not that he's leaving us. And finally, it's taken 3 weeks, but the so-and-so, he wants to talk to us now. Right. This time, we just give him what he wants. Give him what he wants. I like him. Hopefully, that fiasco is now over. But I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. Will he sign the contract? Won't he sign the contract? You'd think he would, but last time he agreed to all of that and then rejected us. So, who knows? But I do have to go now because it's getting very late and I don't want to disturb the people in my house much longer. So, thank you very much for watching today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. We have spent stupid amounts of money, particularly on one player that we said we weren't going to talk about again. He's a very good player. We just don't talk about the money we spent on him. Also, what I might do is just bring the bonuses down a little bit, just so we get an extra little bit of transfer budget to pay for this guy coming in. Let's do that. But as I say, thank you ever so much for watching today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have done, drop a like on the video for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and of course, leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, we are about to batter Southampton in this friendly. Until next time, have a good one. Goodbye. I thought it'd be a lot smoother than it was. Did we beat them? Did we beat them? Is it even going to tell me if we beat them? Yeah, 3-1. You'd love to see it.